We are getting ready to get started on this fiber optic ceiling. As you see the Atmos speakers in the ceiling already. As we pan through the room, you see the Sonance reference surrounds on the sides, Sonance reference on the front, and Sonance Atmos in the ceiling. Of course, on the other side of the room, you have the matching reference surrounds from Sonance as well. Now we begin the process by taking our laser and shooting it on the ceiling and getting a center on the room so we can make a square for our framing that's going to go up in the ceiling to mount our fiber optic ceiling panels to. So we have that. We'll add in all the blocks that will be the connecting points for all the acoustic panels from the inside and corners. For all these blocks we're installing, we're using adhesive and screws to the ceiling. Of course, the adhesive is what's really holding these blocks to the ceiling. We're aligning all the wood pieces to build the frame so we get that totally squared off in the room so all the corners will match. As you see here, we got about half the frame done with the blocks for the connecting points for all the panels to attach to. We're attaching the last couple boards to fully enclose our square for our frame. Now once we got the frame put up, now it's time to work on our LED tape light. First we're going to put the 1/2-inch strips along the edge and screw those in, and then attach the continuous WC or Aspire LED lighting going around the outside edge of this frame. As you see here, here's the roll of continuous tape light. This is what we're using to go around the outside edge. It is a static light, so it's fixed at 2700K. As you can see, we've got the tape light up and it's working, so it's always a good sign. We always want to test it, obviously, before we add the fiber optics on top of the frame. Here's a good look at one of the panels before we put it up. All the fibers sticking through one side, and on the back side you see the control board with all the fibers coming out of it. Each panel has an in and an out, so we can daisy chain from one panel to the next. After a few hours, we have all the panels up and looking good. Now you just see all those long fibers sticking through the fabric.
Hey guys, David with a Great Choice Audio Video. Excuse my voice, it's been going out for the last few days, but we're working on another fiber optic ceiling, and it is some tedious work, but I've got half of it done. As you can see in this video, the construction of the whole frame, it took a while to get this squared off because nothing seemed to match in this room. But we did, we finally got it squared off. And because around the outside edge, we have some LED tape light, which I'll show towards the end of the video. But once we get the blocks in and get it squared perfectly, there's only really a 1-inch overhang around the outside to put our continuous tape light. So we have that on a Lutron dimmer, and then we installed all of our panels. This one is 6 panels, so 3x2, and man, the tedious part's now cutting all these fibers. As you can see, they're all just thickened through the fabric at all different lengths. Now this is acoustic fabric, so what's really cool is we can hide all of our speakers in there. We just cut out the backing of just where the speaker's at so it can fire through the fabric. And I've shown this on probably another video, but it really does look cool. So yeah, this one, you can get this with shooting stars. There's all kinds of options, but this one is just a fiber optic ceiling that has some presets in there to do some different sparkles, some different effects. So it's really, really cool though. But we'll have that just a static white strip around the outside. And of course, if you see around the room a little bit, we have some 2-inch Aspire flush mounted can lights. And then there's some sconces on the walls. All those are on individual dimmers. And then we have a full surround system with we're going to have a 140-inch screen on the front wall over there with 3 Sonance reference speakers behind the screen. We have JL audio subs on the front wall built in, 2 of those. And then we have these Sonance reference surround speakers on the side, 2 pairs of those, and 2 pairs of atmos. It's going to be an incredibly sounding room. And then in the back of the room, we have a Sony projector built in up there that will have some cooling, and also will have battery backup as well. So, and in the equipment rack over there, we have, oh man, we have some really cool stuff. We have an Apple TV 4K. We have Kaleidescape, which I'm super excited to show the client all the awesomeness of a Kaleidescape. And yeah, but this fiber optic ceiling is the project for today. Again, you see it's hung. I've got half. You can definitely tell a big difference between what I haven't done with all these strands and then that front section that I've already done. It makes it look completely different once I start trimming them out. And they're all a little bit different lengths, so it kind of gives it a nice little depth to it. But man, it doesn't even have to be a theater room. I think this is so cool. We've had people say, hey man, that'd be awesome even in my living room, you know, do some cool framing around it, or my master bedroom above the bed. So all kinds of options for fiber optic ceilings. It doesn't have to be in a theater room, but this is super cool. So stay with me. We're getting close to the end of this project. Again, next week, we're working on the screen, or the projector and the screen, and then we'll start calibrating the audio, bringing in the seats. So a lot of cool things. Then we'll have sound panels on the wall, which we're still working on the fabric for that. So anyway, guys, stay watching. Okay, guys, so we are back finally after finishing the fiber optic ceiling. So there's a lot going on in this room. We've shown you a little bit at the beginning of the video, some of the construction of putting the fiber optic ceiling up, the mess that was, trimming all those fibers and everything. But this project is looking phenomenal. And it probably looks better in person than on camera. Again, because I don't know how to do all my settings correctly to capture the light. Maybe one of you guys can help me with that. But anyway, just to show you what we have going on here. So this is a full 6x2 fiber optic ceiling. All the acoustic panels is from Acoustic Innovations. We have side panels being made right now, so you can see on the side walls. And I'll show you also as I'm talking, the side walls with the Sonance reference surround speakers. We have 2 pairs of those on the sides. Again, on the front wall, we have the Sonance reference speakers that will be behind the screen. We'll be using a 140-inch Screen Innovations Zero Edge Slate 1.2. And excited about that. We have JL Audio subs in the front wall. We have 2 of those. We have an equipment rack that's full of gear. We went with separates. Well, I take that back. We started with just a higher end Integra receiver, and they wanted to up the game about midway through the construction or through the project, and so we added some audio control amps. So now we have audio control, and we'll show the rack when we do the finished project or finished video. But audio control is powering all the speakers. For the video side, we have the Sony projector. I believe it's the 12,000 ES. It's the second one up in line for the Laser 4K. And then also for video, we have the Apple TV 4K that's doing most of our apps for streaming. But we've also added a Kaleidescape. So man, that's going to be super awesome. The client loves movies, so he can rent and buy movies through Kaleidescape to get the best experience for the audio and video. So we can't wait to show you guys. The interface is incredible. The library is awesome. Getting movies really quick is awesome. So that'll be really cool for the equipment side. And then we have seating going in. We're using ELAN to control the system. We have an iPad dock, an iPad dock that will be also using to control the system. We're using Lutron dimmers. And then for the lighting, we're using all Aspire LED continuous lighting that's going around the fiber optic ceiling. We used Aspire 2-inch flush mount can lights around the outside edge that will highlight the acoustic panels once we get those in. Again, those will go in those big spots on the walls where you see the speakers, and then also the big spots without the speakers, so they'll all match. But those are warm dim, so 1800 to 3000 K. The client purchased their own sconces. Those look great. There's a lot of thought into this project, and it's looking really good with the different colors of the brown and the gold and the carpet. I mean, just it really looks good, and I can't wait to show the finished video. We're getting so close. You know, there's gonna be some touch-up that needs to be done, obviously. They have the furniture. They're gonna start bringing it in now that I finally got this fiber optic ceiling done, and I'm glad I'm through trimming 5 million fiber optic pieces of strands hanging through the fabric. So again, guys, I'm super excited to show you what we've got so far. We have a lot more to go. Once we do all the programming and calibration with the audio and the video, this is going to be one incredible room, and can't wait to show you when we're done. But this is just another progress video for another theater room that we're working on for an awesome client. So until next time, guys, we hope to see you on the next one. See ya.